From News Channel 15, you're watching News Channel 15 Tonight with Kyle Peach. This is News Channel 15 Tonight.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. The latest on severe weather as needed throughout the evening. I'm Kyle Peach. Here's a look at what's going on. In Wayne County Court yesterday, 61-year-old Thomas W. Bellinger of Fairfield was ordered to remain in custody as a sexually dangerous person. WFIW says Bellinger had been granted a jury trial in his attempt to secure release from prison, where he spent the past decade. He did not take the stand in his own defense, and the verdict came after just a 9-minute jury deliberation. Bellinger was originally convicted in April of 2016 of criminal sexual assault with force, aggravated domestic battery with strangulation, and aggravated assault with a rifle. He'll continue to be held at the Big Muddy Prison in Ina until he can prove he's no longer sexually dangerous. Also in Wayne County, 48-year-old Damon Irwin of Fairfield pled guilty to driving under the influence of alcohol and was given a year of court supervision. He must also undergo an alcohol and drug assessment by a court-approved agency. As part of a plea agreement in the case, 2 additional counts were dismissed. A pair of Carmi fugitives are back in the White County Jail after being extradited out of St. Clair County. WRUL says 44-year-old Crystal Boaz and 48-year-old Bobby Morrill Jr. were returned to the White County Jail Wednesday. Both were arrested on several charges in November at a Railroad Avenue home as part of a drug-related roundup. Carmi police say both have been jailed in White County on warrants for escape. Boaz warrant also includes a failure to appear charge. Carmi police arrested a Newburgh man on Wednesday morning. 34-year-old Keith Brown was stopped for a headlight being out and having no front bumper. He was ultimately arrested for driving suspended, possession of cannabis by a driver, operating an uninsured vehicle, and for one headlight. The White County Sheriff's Department reports 2 arrests. A Fairfield man issued a notice to appear after his arrest Tuesday in Burnt Prairie. A White County deputy stopped 64-year-old Philip Bailey after seeing him cross the center line and fog line multiple times. He was found to be driving revoked and cited for improper lane usage. And back on Tuesday, 37-year-old James Earl of Carmi turned himself in on a White County warrant related to a domestic violence incident. WAKO reports that Lawrenceville police on Tuesday arrested 39-year-old Timothy Marshall of Lawrenceville after an incident within the city. He's preliminarily charged with criminal damage to property and obstruction of justice. Meanwhile, on Tuesday, Sumner police charged 61-year-old Wayne Reagan of Sumner with domestic battery after a disturbance at a Sumner home. Both men were taken to the Lawrence County Jail. WSJD reports that Mount Carmel Mayor Joe Judge has said that construction on the city's new aquatic center is set to ramp up in the coming weeks. At Monday's City Council meeting, Judge said that city officials recently met with Landmark Aquatics to review the project timeline. Fencing has already been installed and the pool site has been staked in preparation for construction. Judge says the company plans to return during the first weeks of March to begin excavation work and moving additional dirt at the site, with some of the excess soil being hauled to the Mount Carmel Airport. While the project is still awaiting a few final state approvals, Judge says everything is lining up and Landmark is ready to move forward. Full construction activity is expected to begin in early March. The tentative goal is to have the new aquatic center up and running by Mount Carmel's homecoming week. City officials hope to host an open house during alumni activities, with the facility filled with water and fully operational for tours. Judge says that timeline will depend on weather and any unforeseen delays, but for now, the project is on schedule. The Carmi City Council met on Tuesday. WRUL says they approved a resolution setting the electric cost adjustment fee for at least the next 6 months, which will result in a lower rate, down from 0.0854 to 0.07. The change will apply to residents' electric bills in March. Officials say that could bring the electric part of the bill in Carmi down by about 5%. And with some residents falling behind on their budget billing for utilities, they can expect a letter to arrange a meeting with city officials to get them back on track. Meanwhile, city crews will be back out soon, working to continue to replace municipal water meters. The multi-year project in Carmi has about 1,500 meters left to be replaced. You may notice a white flag near your water meter. You're asked to leave it there. Once the meter is changed, that flag will be removed. At this week's McLeansboro City Council meeting, WRUL says that the council approved changes to the city pool hours for the upcoming season. The McLeansboro pool will be open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from noon to 5, with parties being able to be scheduled at any time. And at this week's Flora City Council meeting, WNOI says the council there granted approval for Charlie Brown Park to be used for the Blue Tick Breeders and Coon Hunters Association event April 15th through 18th. Also approved at the request of the request for Flora to host the 10th annual 6K for Water on Saturday, May 16th. And Flora Elementary School's use of Charlie Brown Park for the Accelerated Reader Program May 19th with a rain date of May 20th was also approved. The council in Flora approved the $310,000 purchase of a new bucket truck to replace a unit that can no longer be gotten parts for. And the council approved applying for an EV charger grant and an HVAC grant for the public library. Applications, meanwhile, are still needed for Flora pool manager, assistant manager, and lifeguards. Applications are being sought by February 20th. The Carmi-White County School Board met this week. WRUL says they approved retirements of Amy Atterbury as Lincoln School Principal effective June of 2030. Eric Dixon as PE driver's ed teacher at the end of the 28 school year, and Stacy Simon as 7th grade English language arts teacher in January of 27. In other personnel matters, Jessica Smith and Holly Lindsay were hired as elementary special ed teachers. Macy Heil hired as elementary RTI teacher. Devin Rankin hired as high school special ed teacher and assistant baseball coach. Kevin Wolf was hired as high school assistant track coach. Drew Huffer was approved as a volunteer high school assistant baseball coach. Meanwhile, the Flora School Board met last night. WNOI says they approved the water tower repeater lease agreement with the city of Flora. They also approved the bus loan bid from Flora Savings Bank and bid for roof work at the high school from Glant Roofing. Floyd Henson School's graduation will be May 21st at 7 p.m. Next year's school calendar was also approved, and in personnel, the board hired Geb Borders as the alternative learning teacher at the high school and Jaden Owens as nurse secretary effective March 2nd. Several volunteer coaches for spring sports were approved. Resignations from Tisha Blanchard and Amy Benke as freshman class sponsors at the end of the school year were also approved. And WFIW reports the Fairfield Grade School Board met Tuesday approving its fiscal year 27 calendar. The board accepted resignations of Amanda Hicks as bus driver and April Smith as Northside principal effective at the June 30th date. Mary Beth Eckleberry was appointed as the new Northside principal beginning July 1. The board also approved administrative contracts for fiscal year 27. Governor J.B. Pritzker is proposing a $56 billion budget as the state faces challenges from federal funding cuts. Capital News Illinois reports the proposal continues to increase investments in education, health care, and pensions, but outside of those areas, spending would grow by less than 1%. The plan includes a new tax on social media companies with at least 100,000 users in the state. As the state sues to reinstate funding from the federal government, Pritzker claims the Trump administration has cost Illinoisans $8.4 billion.
I want to say to anyone on either side of the aisle, if you want to talk about our FY 2027 budget, you must first demand the return of the money and resources this president has taken from the people of Illinois.
Governor Pritzker and his Democrat allies need to stop blaming President Trump for the problems that they themselves have created.
State lawmakers will now begin their own negotiations so they can pass a budget before session ends on May 31st. Stay with us, more to come tonight. A look on the weather next and in sports. Stay tuned.
You're going to love the great deals at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get 0% financing and $7,000 off Ram 1500s or lease a Pacifica for $399 a month. See the deals at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. President's Day savings are at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Lease a new Jeep Compass for only $379 a month or lease a 2026 Wrangler for $359 a month. Save a bunch of Benjamins and go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Teaching kids about money is an important step And the Student Plus account from the First National Bank makes it simple. It's a free checking account designed for students who are learning to manage their own spending with tools that help parents stay connected. With spending limits, real-time alerts, and instant transfers, students can build smart money habits while parents have peace of mind. Getting started is easy. Visit the nearest branch to open a Student Plus account and choose the features that fit your family best. The Student Plus account from the First National Bank. Parents choose the controls, students learn responsibility.
Member FDIC.
Welcome back. Weather, the big story of the day, the severe weather threat. Tornado watch continues until 8 o'clock tonight. Again, hail, damaging winds, isolated tornadoes can't be ruled out. It's in effect region-wide across the News Channel 15 viewing area, but that severe weather threat will be winding down as the night wears on. A little bit more precipitation still to come. Rain will wrap up probably before midnight tonight, maybe another couple of tenths of an inch or two. Up to a quarter of an inch in some locations possible, but the rain going to be winding down here as well. Putting the maps into motion, again, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock our time tonight, looking at the worst of the severe weather off to the east. Putting that map into motion, we'll see the cold front pass. That's where we could see another couple of thunderstorms pop up later on tonight. Those not expected to be as strong to severe. We will clear things out for the day on Friday, expecting a mostly sunny day. A few passing rain showers overnight Friday night into Saturday, but Saturday also looking dry for the most part across the area, but it will be colder with the cold front passing through. So those showers and storms will wind down around midnight tonight with overnight lows right around 40 degrees. Then on your Friday, the sun will appear and the temperatures will warm to the mid to upper 40s near 50 along and south of Interstate 64. Then the chill comes. Saturday morning, we'll wake up to temperatures right around the freezing point, a mix of sun and clouds for your Saturday. Later on Saturday, again, sun and clouds continuing. High temperatures will be in the mid to upper 40s on Saturday. And then the extended forecast, we get a little cooler, 35 for the high on Sunday and Monday. Lows get into the teens Monday night into Tuesday. Clouds on Tuesday, 44. Rain returns with a possibility Wednesday back into the 50s. That's your forecast. We'll talk sports next.
Have your weather radio, have a flashlight with batteries in it, make sure your cell phone's charged, know where you're going to go when bad weather hits. Go to a lowest interior room in your house and wait the storm out. After the storm, if your power's out or if there's any kind of dangerous situation or anything like that, call Mount Carmel Public Utility Company. As you go outside to survey the damage a little bit, just make sure to stay away from down power lines.
Are you living with chronic conditions or finding it hard to manage your health at home? If you're 18 or older, have a primary care provider through Wabash General Hospital, and live in Wabash, Edwards, White, or Lawrence County, our community paramedics can help. Get support in the comfort of your home, including follow-up care, home safety and medication education, vital sign checks, disease management support, and resource connections. Our certified paramedics will work with your doctor to provide non-emergent care to keep you healthy at home. Ask your WGH primary care provider for a referral to community paramedicine.
I chose Wabash Valley College because I didn't really know what I wanted to do right after high school, and today I can say it was the best decision that I could have made. When I was here, I had the chance to join different clubs and to take a couple different classes, and I really expanded on my interests. In my classes, I learned what I liked and I learned what I didn't like. So I did get to meet new friends. I joined a bunch of clubs, practiced some leadership skills, and kind of gradually grew into adulthood here, and so I'm very grateful for that. My name is Jonathan Leach. I graduated in 2013 from Wabash Valley College, and that's why this was the best decision for me.
Welcome back. Finishing things up tonight with a look at sports. Regional champions will be crowned in girls high school basketball tonight. We look at the matchups involving our area teams. In Class 2A at Mount Carmel, the host Lady Aces take on Fairfield at 6. We'll have it live for you on the NFHS network. Also in 2A at El Dorado, Carmi meets Alney at 6. And in Class 1A at Weber, Edwards County battles Woodlawn at 7. That's also on the NFHS network. Last night in boys basketball, Flora beat Hamilton County 45-44. North Clay beat Wayne City 84-52. College basketball last night, Wabash Valley erasing a 21-point deficit, coming back to beat Shawnee on the road 72-68. The Lady Warriors picked up a forfeit win over the Lady Saints. Meanwhile, Alney Central's women beat John A. Logan 61-49 last night. The OCC men fell to Logan 89-68. That's going to do it for us tonight. tonight. Thanks for watching. The latest on any additional severe weather as warranted right here. Kyle Peach from all of us at News Channel 15. Have a great night.